Yeah, what's going on, everybody? We back for
Yo,
another
yo.
episode.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a good week. How was your week, Birfmark?
So far, so good. I mean, oh, shit.
Okay, can you tell us about his week when he come back? Oh, my week was kind of alright. I can't even get mad about it. I had a good week. Now you're on mute, bro. We got volume. We have a lot of feedback right now, bro. Okay. Oh, he putting his headphones on. All right.
You
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah,
now.
we hear you now.
You saw that your headphones not working.
You can hear me?
Yeah. Nice and clear. We only see the bottom head. We only see the bottom of the machine. All right, there you
You
go.
can hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me? I got some bad shit.
Man, you got one of them backgrounds. Oh, you bringing out the heat show?
Yo.
Yo,
All right. That's better?
that's way better, man.
Word, like.
Word life. I know. That's crazy. How was your?
Well, my week was
Hey,
good so
yeah.
far. I mean, you know, I was sick on last week, so I was home for a few days. But,
Damn.
I'm good now. I'm chilling.
I can feel you. Yeah, I know. Juice was sick today, so I had to keep him home. So that
What do you
was
have, like
my
a
day.
cold?
Yeah, he had like a little cold, little cough, and he had a runny nose with the sneezing. But I hit him with some Vicks Vapor Rub last night, a little cough medicine. Today I hit him with some more Vicks Vapor Rub before he went to bed, and he's alright. He was his energetic self by the time, by the end of the day was. So I'm like, yeah, you going to school tomorrow, little dude.
He's
You
like,
know?
damn, I messed it up.
Nah, I woke him up this morning and he was like, I'm not feeling well. I'm like, alright, I'll let you live. But he's good. So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
that's how it is. Yeah, man. Other than that, my week was alright. It was one of those weeks. It was one of those weeks where like a lot of stuff was on my brain. You know what I mean? So I had to just process some things. Cause
Stuff
last
like
Wednesday I
you
took.
alright?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, alright. I mean, nothing like where it's like consuming me and some shit. Just like with my next move in life. You know what I mean? Like just what I want to do, what I want to get, what kind of moves I'm gonna make to get it. Shit like that.
Normal shit.
Yeah, normal shit. Just like, just realizing, dude, I'm not a spring chicken no more. So if I'm gonna make moves, I gotta make some moves. So I was like,
Nigga,
yeah,
you ain't stop acting like you fucking old. You ain't old.
I'm not old, son, but I'm not a spring chicken. You know, we ain't in our 20s and 30s, like, fuck it, nah, we still young, but our time is, more of an essence now. It's more important. I have less minutes to waste. You feel me?
I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that.
That's
I
all
think
it is. Yeah.
I think about that all the time. How I'm gonna make this money. How's everything gonna go? I feel you though.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly where I'm
got
at
you.
right now. Like, where's my next stream of income coming from? Like, there's things I want to do, and there's things that I know I can't do right now. So I made my peace with that. But I know there's things that I can do if I work for it, properly budget and whatever the case may be. That's all.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Sorry out there in the world if y'all see me moving around.
That's because he moving around.
I just finished my homework. So I was in a rush. I was supposed to have been somewhere already, but my homework took longer than I expected. So
How's school going?
it's I'm taking a public speaking semester, and the professor, I guess she don't really give a fuck that and I work two jobs because this lady wants fuck on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, which is
First of
crazy
all, you
because
know what they care. They don't care about your birthday. It's like you came to school, you make your schedule work. That's what they care about.
but it's a fucking you're supposed to care about my life,
Online schools is
but
the worst. You ain't got to come to class. You can do your work whenever you want.
nah, not if you do jobs and you fucking out there trying to hustle. But I mean, I'm not making no excuses. I'm getting it done.
I
It's a little
understand.
strenuous for me.
I got my degree online. I remember how that was.
Yeah, this shit is just strenuous
You
though.
I did the online degree and I had a newborn. I was like, how the fuck is this shit working? But I used to
I
just
hear
have
you.
to get up a couple hours. Yeah, the other shit was me, him falling asleep on my arms and I'm still trying to type on the keyboard. Son, how the fuck you make it work? I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
we
put,
gotta do what we gotta
I'm
do.
trying to
So
put, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. I was like, shit, like, son, you fell asleep on me. Like, I really gotta type this up. I was like, once he out, lay him down, get back on the computer,
that's
type it
it
up.
for real.
Her. So I remember one time he went to the hospital. Like he got admitted. And I was like, shit, like I got homework I gotta do. So I'm like, yo, I took the days off from work. Yeah, that's when he had an asthma attack. He was still young, and I'm like, damn, he's in the hospital. So I'm like, listen, I did the day shift, and when I came home at night, I just had to grind on my paperwork, get my reports done,
Yeah, get
get
that
my
shit
papers
done.
done, whatever I had to do. And then I come back the next morning. Back then, I didn't have a laptop to take me to the hospital, so that's when I was fancy and I was running my computer through my TV screen. At least I had a bigger screen, you know.
Hey, the hustle's real. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, yeah, I had to do it that way because I used to like to watch TV and shit, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this TV show while I do my work. I was like, nope, put it through the TV screen so I can focus on one thing at a time. Cause my ass will get sidetracked. I know I got ADHD, right? For real, if you know I got ADHD, that shit ain't funny. I'm like, la 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 la. I sit there and I start doing something, and then in the middle I go do something else. Like, yeah, what was I doing first? I don't know. Like, short attention span.
He's like, I don't know.
Like,
Fuck it. It's gonna get done though.
it's
It's
gonna get
gonna
done. So,
get done.
so I was cleaning my house today, son. Like, I was bouncing forth between the kitchen, the bathroom, sweeping. I'm like, why don't I just focus on one thing at once? And I was like, it ain't my style, B. It's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. It got done.
I mean,
But I was like, it got done in pieces. I'm like,
you
Frank,
ain't had no choice. You ain't had no fucking
yeah.
choice. It had to get done.
Yeah, I walked out the bathroom like, oh shit, I forgot about the kitchen. Did one thing in the kitchen, walked back in the bathroom like, shit, I ain't off the floor yet. So I was like, whatever, man. But yeah, so I mean, people out there in the world, like we said last week, we was gonna discuss our entries into the time capsule.
Word.
We ain't want nothing major, just like three things. So my first three things I will put in. Well, one of the things I'll put in is cash money, because the way the world is
Yeah,
talking
you
about
said that.
cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Yeah, where we going for cryptocurrency? I need the world 100 years from now to understand we had cash money. We had coins and dollar bills. So I definitely want to put that in there.
But with that being said, so a certain amount of crypto that can happen. And once that certain amount of crypto comes out, that's it. You can't. It's no more crypto.
There's no more crypto.
It's only
So I mean,
enough. Yeah, they only made enough because they make crypto as it goes along, but an amount of crypto.
So the question now is, if you don't have cryptocurrency, can you still get it?
Yeah, I mean they still selling it. So, but
I mean, I
once you
have a
get that
few.
crypto, that's it.
That's it. So, but for 100 years from now, we don't know what the
No,
currency
I
is
don't
going to
think they
be
said
like.
100 years. Well, yeah, true. Because
I'm talking about
back in
we
the
still
days,
here. We still here.
they was talking about how America was going to be fucking doing euros as well. So every country solidified to just use euros. But I
Oh,
don't know if
okay.
that's still going to happen.
I don't know, but I just know money change and the value of money change. Like, so, I would put cash
I
money in
agree.
there. I mean, we had a viewer. She said she would put the price of how things cost, the prices of a house, milk, eggs, and all that. Because we don't know how much all that stuff is going to cost. We don't even know if there's still going to be land for houses to be built on in 100 years.
Nah, there's
So,
always going to be land. I
shit.
mean, but the thing is the land they're going to start building on top of each other because all the regular land is going to be taken. How they doing it now? They, especially in New York City, they just building shit on top of shit on next to shit. So everything is just going to start getting higher. More skyscrapers. You know,
That shit's going to be scary.
yeah. I mean, they're going to try to do like Dubai because Dubai has all the technology to make them big ass skyscrapers. So I mean, we can't do that here in America because the climate is a little too different for that. When that
Yeah.
wind start blowing and them hurricanes and shit, it's a wrap.
Well, by the time it gets to us, they be tropical storms.
Exactly. Well, that's now, but the way the world is moving and the way things are going,
Sure. Yeah, because
shit.
winters are being
Because
harder and longer, and summers are starting earlier and or lasting longer. Because I remember in December it wasn't really that cold one day. I was like, what?
yeah, last week
It,
there
it,
was torrential rainstorms and fucking and tornadoes in fucking in Louisiana and Texas and shit. So the shit is going crazy. It's moving right now.
well, that's what with end of days. We don't know winter from summer. See, we don't know season from season.
Yes, right. I totally agree with you.
End of
Totally
days, man.
agree.
Season from season, like it's real. But I definitely want to be cash money. And
Okay.
for just for fun, I will not. No, this is not for fun. I will leave my camera, and I will
Uh-oh.
leave
You trying to
I will leave the
make
camera, and I will leave my
money?
memory card in there, so people can see what things look like 100 years ago. Like actually, like from a real person's point of view, not on a
Yeah.
website. This is a person with a camera, and see what the camera looked like 100 years ago, because we don't know what they're gonna look like 100 years
Yeah,
from now.
because now if you show kids now what a fucking Polaroid is, they look like you like what was that?
What
What's
happened to the
going
camera?
on?
You had to plug in the flash. Remember that?
Exactly.
Like these kids don't
Exact.
even know.
Oh, that long camera, that little long
Yes,
joint you had to plug
you had to.
flash on top.
So these kids today don't even know what a home phone is.
You showing your age, bro. But that's one of my
Right.
things I'm gonna put in a cell phone because in a
You'll
hundred
put it.
years, you're not gonna have a cell phone. There's gonna be a chip in your ear.
There's gonna be a chip in your head.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
crazy,
a chip
right?
because they already did that in Switzerland. This is a few years ago. I was watching something, and there was some company. I don't know the name of the company, but it was some company in Switzerland where, you know how we have vending machines, and now the vending machines have credit cards. But this
Wow,
particular
they do.
company in Switzerland, they asked their employees if they wanted to get embedded a chip in their arm, in their wrist. Some of them said yes, some of them didn't agree with it. So the ones that agree with it, they got a chip embedded into their fucking wrist, so that when they go to the vending machine, they just scan their wrist like this,
Oh,
whoop,
it's attached
and
to your
then
credit card.
exactly, and it'll charge them whatever that shit is. Like that's crazy that the world is like that now. That's
It is.
bananas.
BNNANANAS. Yes, that is crazy. Like
It's
when we used
bananas.
to watch, the Jetsons, that was real. We used to watch
Exactly. Flying cars, electric cars.
the video
That shit is happening.
calls. All that shit
Video
is
calls. Yep.
happening.
Yep.
That's it. So
You see
now
how
it's
now they got
bigger,
niggas flying to the moon. They got niggas flying trips and shit. So, or flying out of space.
because there ain't no more Earth. They're gonna see if the
Huh?
moon is habitable. They're gonna see if the moon is habitable. They're gonna start selling pieces of the moon. Like, yeah, I'm going to my summer
Selling
house
pieces
on
of
the
the
dark
moon.
side.
Oh,
I'm
well,
going to my summer
oh,
house.
you sell trips going to the moon? That's what you mean?
People might be
You said
buying
sell trips
summer
going?
homes out there and shit.
Nah,
Nah, son,
that's
somebody
gonna be
gonna buy a
possible.
house out there.
I
They
don't
gonna
think
be
that's
building
possible,
space
bro.
colonies. Yo, we running out of room. Yo, they gonna start building space colonies, right?
I mean, I wouldn't put it
People
past
gonna,
motherfuckers, but that's
well,
nuts.
yo, give it like in 100 years, give it. People might actually be born and raised in space. Like, yo, I'm not living.
Uh,
I'm not Earthborn.
I hear
You
it,
know, be
but
out. But
I hear what you're saying, but
think
that
about
shit
some.
is retarded.
Right, think about some of the shit we said as a kid. We was like, yo, I can't wait till we get a phone and we start doing video chat.
Yep, you're right. You're
We used
right.
to be like, yo, what if phones let you video chat, son? And now all of a sudden, look at us. Video chatting our asses
Now that
off
shit
like
is
it's
the
nothing.
norm, son. That shit is the
It's the
norm.
norm, son. If you gave these kids that old school cell phone, they wouldn't know what to do. They're like, wait, y'all don't have a keyboard?
Like
It's not a
a rotary
touchscreen?
phone. Like if you gave somebody a rotary phone, they're like, what the fuck is this? A toy?
Right. And you know how mad they would be if they sit there and called the number and messed up and had to start all over again? They be tight, son.
Yo, that shit is
Yo,
funny.
remember
A
back in the
rotary
old
phone.
school cars, in the cars you had to actually roll the window down, so now these push a
Yes.
button.
Push a button. Now
So
you
these
got
kids
cars
don't
that
know
drive
what to do.
themselves. You know, they gotta do
That's
shit no
from
more.
the Jetsons. You got cars that drive themselves.
Got cars that park themselves.
Yeah,
No, I
yo,
would.
I
I don't
see.
think I don't think I could trust a Tesla though. I can't trust a car driving me, son. It's a fucking computer. Computers are meant to glitch.
Computers are only as good as the people that program them, and nobody's perfect.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're gonna put me in some shit that's gonna drive itself. Now, I'm signing a clause saying that if I get into an accident, I can't sue y'all because I decided to buy this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's the crazy, and that's the thing that kills me about a lot of these the new advances in technology. You know, because it's not set in stone or it's not safe. Yeah, we need you to sign, paperwork saying that if something happened to you, you won't sue the company. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, I look at the way the world is going, and my guy, it's going,
Yeah, it's
it's going. Like,
it's going. It's definitely
look at now,
going.
like like even look at what what Roger was developing, Omni.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, nobody need a Metro card no more for the train. No need no tokens. Nah, just swipe your phone or your smartwatch or your tablet.
Yo, I
Whatever
saw
you
that
got your
shit a
credit.
couple of weeks. Well, a few months ago, I rode the subway to Jersey. Well, and I saw that shit. I was like, oh, now you can use your phone. I mean, I know what Roger was doing before, but I didn't know that shit was really seriously like that.
Yeah, if your phone is linked up, if your credit card or whatever is linked up to your phone, you can do the tap. They tell you to use your phone, your Apple, your smartwatch, or your tablet. I'm like, well, damn. So even if you don't put your phone in your pocket, if you have it on your smartwatch, you can just tap your wrist.
Just tap
And
it.
I don't trust that because at least with my bank, they still ask me to put my PIN number when I use it.
Yeah,
But what
yeah,
if you got
mine
one of
too.
those banks? Yeah, let's say you got one of them banks, so you don't have it set up where they can automatically take the payment. Your phone can bump into something that takes money off of, and you be like, "Yo, where my money go?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, nah, son.
Those wallets now that are protected from if you walk past somebody and your chip, like because everything is chip shit now. But they got
Everything's
those
cheap
wallets
now.
now. If you pass somebody, yep, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Like, okay, we create something that's gonna be easier for us, and now we got to create something to protect it all. Sound that bumps my head right there. That's so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
So I will put cash money. I'm putting my camera, and then the next thing I'll put in there is just for fun. I don't know what they're gonna be doing 100 years from now, but I'm putting some of these funky ass wigs that these women be wearing in there. I'm gonna stop this shit. If y'all still doing this 100 years from now, stop it.
Yo, you an asshole.
Oh, these funky ass wigs, these funky ass lashes. No. Sad. I saw this chick the other day with her lashes are so long. So I was like, how do you see, my man? Like, how do you
She don't.
see?
That's why I asked her if she's black. You don't. Oh, you
I
stupid.
was like, yo, are your own
I do
lashes not
laundry.
good enough? Yeah, I can do laundry too, but I do that. I'm doing. I don't know if I'm doing Friday night or Saturday morning.
I'm gonna do it this weekend because I'm gonna stay in the X this weekend because I gotta work
Oh,
and
what's
shit.
up?
So
Yeah, he says gotta work.
yeah.
Oh, well, shit. I said, if you got time, holla at me. Stop by. But you work.
Oh, I'm yeah. Why not? I mean, Saturday we going out somewhere to some little quick party. So yeah, we'll stop by. It is what it is.
Party, party, party. Oh yeah, that's crazy. So that's my three choices. I'm putting cash money, my camera with a loaded memory card, and wigs and eyelashes.
Nice. So my three, I saw one last week. One is a condom
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know whether or not we're gonna be still having sex. Like so, what movie? I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. It was a show on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but it's
Black
where
Mirror.
they were, huh?
Hold on. It was probably Black Mirror.
Was it Black Mirror? Where they was playing a video game?
Yes, that was Black Mirror.
Yes. And you won't be
Yeah.
having sex fucking
And
physically
physically no
anymore.
more. It'll be virtual.
Niggas will fucking have everything's gonna be virtual. So,
But my guy,
condoms are
this
not
is
gonna be
this
necessary.
is this is what the metaverse is. Like this is going to be the
Uh-huh.
metaverse. Like, come on,
Niggas is
and my
not
thing is,
go ahead.
history told us this.
That's
Remember, the
true.
history told us this. Remember, Disney made a movie called Wally. These motherfuckers ain't do nothing. They was just lazy as hell. Then what movie was it? Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and
Yep,
what's
I
his
remember
name?
that.
And they was having sex and they wasn't touching. It was some mental thing. They connect to each other and I'm like, so
But
not
that's the
only
way
because
that's the way of population control. Because now you don't have to worry
well,
about
that's the
nobody
way.
getting pregnant.
Exactly. I know it's a way
Huh?
of population control. Yeah, that's definitely a way of population control. Because they probably gonna have
Because
to have you go
nobody's
through
going
all these. Oh, y'all want to have a baby? Fill out this, fill out that. Oh, which
exactly.
it's gonna be
If
real.
anything, if you
Because
want to have a baby, you have to beat that shit or whatever, but nothing is gonna be physical, which is nuts.
no, it's gonna be nuts. They gonna be like, yo, give me your egg, give me your sperm, bro. We'll make it right up in the lab.
Yep,
Call you when it's
exactly.
ready.
Yep.
We call you when it's ready.
Call you when it's done. Take a lot of
Call
money.
you when it's done. They're gonna say, like, I'm finding a non-messy way. Later for all these labor delivery rooms. Where are we gonna populate with a bunch of power people? As your boy
Yo,
Robin
this shit
Harris
is
said,
crazy.
your test tube,
Who?
baby. People gonna look at
Oh,
your
that
test tube,
tube,
baby.
baby.
Nobody's really gonna be test tube babies.
Oh,
Like, you was created in the lab, test tube, baby. It's like, if they can
that
clone
shit gonna
meat,
be
they gonna start
crazy.
cloning people.
That shit gonna be really, really crazy.
Crazy, but
So
part of
yeah,
me is glad. Yeah,
number two, like I
but
said, a
see,
cell phone,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. No,
Yeah,
no.
number two
Listen, you
was
said
cell
never
phone
use a
because
cell phone.
they're inserting chips in people. They're giving vaccines for shit, and we don't know. By them giving us these vaccines, they was doing it to see how we react to them. But I think again, they're gonna be inserting chips in us. They're gonna say they need a new vaccine soon, and they're gonna fucking insert a chip in us, and that chip is gonna determine everything about us.
That chip is gonna have our GPS, everything. See now, that my
And
thing
then
is that's gonna make it hard for motherfuckers to commit crimes. I wasn't there. That's not what the chip said.
you think so?
Yeah, if you're gonna put a chip in somebody, you're gonna put everything you can. You're gonna put a GPS. You're gonna put their name, their date, the social security number. Imagine somebody. Prime example. Let's say somebody gets into a real bad accident. You can't identify the body,
Hmm.
but their chip is
That's
still in
true.
their body.
That's
Scan the
true.
chip. We know exactly who this person is. We know where they live.
We know who you are. Yep, all of that. Yeah, all your information.
All your information. So there's no, trying to figure out who the victim is. We know exactly who the person is. That's it.
That's
Like what
true.
movie was that? Back to the Future. When she hopped in a cab and the cab just did
Yes,
did a damn eye scan and knew exactly where she lived at and took her straight
yes,
to her home.
exactly. Saying everything's gonna be
Yes.
scanned, everything's gonna be a chip inside you, bro. They make these movies, like people make these movies, and then motherfuckers be like, "Oh, that shit was a good idea. Let's just really do this shit."
That's what it is. Art imitate life and life imitate art. I always say that, man.
Exactly.
I
I
always
agree.
say that. That's why when they make all these robot movies where AIs rebel, and I'm like, yo, stop building robots. They're gonna get fed up. It's gonna happen, son.
It's gonna really happen.
I'm like, Terminator's real. The Matrix is really gonna happen. They need to stop. They already
But
got
that's,
robotic
you
garbage.
think that's gonna happen in our lifetime?
I don't think it's gonna be full blown in our lifetime. They're gonna do the
Uh,
prototypes now while we're here, but then it's like our children's
of course.
children is gonna be the ones that have to really literally get up and have to deal with this every day. They're gonna the ones who have to deal with robotic police officers and police dogs. They're gonna be no more cops. They're gonna be the ones dealing
That shit is gonna be.
with the garbage, garbage truck coming around picking up the garbage itself. Like, this is gonna be
That shit is
real.
scary, bro.
And it was
That
funny
shit is
because
scary.
it's not funny. It's because I'm in this group with black fathers right on Facebook,
Okay.
and one of the fathers like, yo, my son has a presentation. He needs to interview some brothers, working at HR and all that. I said, yeah, all right, cool. So he was basically asking me a lot of questions like about how everything is being automated now, and I'm like, yo, the fact that matters, a lot of people is gonna lose jobs, and a rebellion is gonna pop off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rebellion, like,
The simple shit. Certain
yeah,
shit they can't replace because certain shit you need. Like for
but
instance,
they
like
will minimize
with
it.
with with, with trains and shit and buses, they're gonna make it robotic or however you call it. But
You might
they're
see
gonna
a real
need
person driving it,
no, they're gonna. I think they're gonna have a fucking robot or the computer driving those machines. But they're gonna have people like a few people in the office just in
to control
case
them. Yes, to fix them. Like prime example,
to fix them.
there's an
Yeah.
Amazon Go store by my job. Mind you, Amazon Go don't have any cashiers. How that shit work? It links to your Amazon account. So whatever you pick up and you leave with, it automatically hits your Amazon account. And you be like, how do you know what I got?
Really?
Yeah. Like there's no
That's
register.
great.
There's nobody there working the register. There's nobody to ring you up, nothing. You literally walk in. I think you scan your phone or something, and I guess I don't even think they scan your phone. But somehow while you walk to the store and you pick up your stuff, they scan you for your they actually send your items to your Amazon account. Like, listen, we charge you for this, for that. I'm like, but how did you know? That means you already know how to get into my phone.
Of course. Like when if you look online, like if you go on a website to look for something, and then fucking 2 minutes later you go on social media, and that same shit you looked on, they're giving you like, oh, how about this and how about this? Yeah, the motherfuckers know what you're doing. They know your website.
That's
That's
all
the
my
scary
damn.
shit.
That's the scary shit. Like, you can be mad paranoid, but I get it. That's why I be unplugging my Alexa sometimes. Like, listen, I want to have a conversation. I don't want you listening.
Yo, it was something on, I guess it was IG or maybe Facebook, where somebody was saying how to do so. Somebody was like, "Yo, Alexa," or it was either Alexa or Siri. They was like, "Are you sponsored by the FBI?" And then Siri said some stuff real quick.
Wow.
Siri or Alexa, but it
Wow.
was the person was like, "Yeah," or Alexa, whatever, funded or you blah 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 with the FBI. That shit says, and shut. Like, uh-oh,
Yeah. Yeah. That
those
means to listen to
niggas
certain.
really out to get us.
Yeah. That's what it is. And like
They really out to
even
get
now
us.
when we do this, even like I've been telling people a long time ago. I said, listen, If a third world, if a world war ever popped off again, and they
Uh-huh.
had to enact a draft, I'm like, all them dudes that be playing Call of Duty online, yo, they watching y'all. This is basically a
Oh hell
simulation.
yeah! I said that too, bro. I said that shit too.
they coming for you.
I,
They coming
I
for
said
you.
that
You
too.
basically playing
They
a
gonna get them
simulation.
first.
Yeah, because you playing a
They gonna get
first
them
person
first.
simulation. They're not giving you no futuristic guns. They're letting you play with real guns, like guns that really exist.
Yep.
And if your reaction time is like that, they're gonna be like, hey, but you did good in the simulation, so let's see what you do in real life. I was like,
I said the same shit, bro.
I don't play those games. I don't play nothing too real. You ain't gonna come look for me for
They
nothing.
they coming for them first.
They shit. They better. They be out there telling, yeah, I'm third. I'm triple prestige. Yeah, just that's definitely yeah. Okay, I don't want that. Because when they sit there and say we're not going to do it for the draft, yeah, you're triple prestige, yeah. You learn how to use all the weapons in the game. Exactly.
I hear
Nope.
you.
I ain't got it, man. It's scary. So yeah, it's really bugged out. Oh, let me check the chat. We got some people in the chat right quick.
Word. I gotta take my stuff up to the car.
Oh yeah, yeah. Minority Report. That's another movie where they was basing
Oh,
people.
that was one of my favorite movies too.
Yeah, but they wasn't judging you on a crime you actually committed. They judged you on what you could commit. So it's like you're arresting me and I ain't even do nothing yet. But judging by your patterns and your actions, you're most likely the guilty party. Nobody got time for that.
They said, "Nah, you did that shit." They said, "Nah, you did that shit, nigga.
Nah, you did
You
that
did
shit.
that shit."
Actually, we got you before you did that shit because you really wanted to do it. We just got you before you did it.
You did
Like,
that
come
shit, nigga.
on, man.
Well, you trying to?
Oh, I'm telling you, that's why I'm like, yo, when people be talking about the Matrix, I'm like, yo, are we really, are we already living in the Matrix? We don't
Come
know.
on.
You know, we be getting deja vu. I don't
We is
know.
living in the matrix. I gotta take my laundry up. Fuck. I forgot about that.
Like, yeah, we might be pod people and shit. We might be living in pods, and our mental is saying, hey, this is life. I don't know.
Not
And can't
me.
nobody sit there and say, you know, your Matrix life is what you make it. I don't know.
Not me.
For
Fuck
real.
that.
Nah, but that's what it is. People in the future, man, I don't know, because a lot of natural resources starting to disappear.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's not that they're disappearing. I don't think that that they're not letting everybody get it. Because you know, right now, if you've been doing a little research, China has been taking over the continent of Africa.
Wow, so they keeping all the resources for themselves.
So you know, they trying to do what they got to do. Because you know, that's China.
Yeah, they're trying to make
Oh
sure their
shit.
country's good.
Not,
Right
I don't
quick.
think they're trying to make sure their country is good, but it's just they just doing. They just want to be the superpowers because you know, technically, China got a lot. My
Hey,
fucking
look,
leg is
there's a
killing me.
couple. What, you in the gym or some shit?
Nah, I think because I worked all day yesterday, and then I don't know. I worked all day yesterday. I was on my feet all day, and then I've been sitting driving and shit. I didn't get that much sleep last night, so my shit
Oh,
is fucking killing me right now.
dude, I was in here baking the other day. Like I was in here baking for the last couple days, and I realized, yo, I never turned my radiators off.
Oh, so you burning up in there?
It was still giving me heat. I was like, yo, I never turned my radiators off. Oh shit. I mean, like hot, hot. Like when we walked through the door, we like, God damn it. Like it's crazy, but I don't know.
Wow, wow.
Wow, it
Toya, how
was
you doing? I'm not looking at the thing, but Toya, how you doing, sis?
yeah.
Uh,
As you see, Birfmark making moves. She said
yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm not even looking at the chat.
Yeah, she said she good. How about you?
Chilling. I
Chilling
should have
like
left
a
a long time ago, but my homework got me. You know, I'm trying to be studious and get this shit together. You know.
That's look. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like really, cause
As they say, it ain't trick, and I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. I know I ain't got it. They're tricking, nigga. I can't even do a practical joke right now. Like I'm so broke, I can't even pay attention. But that's all right though. That's gonna change.
What's gonna
Yeah, I'm
change?
gonna get out. Finances, man. I'm gonna get out this game. I'm gonna put up some new content so I can sell some more pictures. So
Some porn, my nigga.
I said I was gonna put up some new pictures. Yeah, nobody said porn. Whoa,
Hey,
whoa. I
that's
did not say porn. Porn
he
sells.
said it, but I
Yeah.
said it.
Only thing, if they really about trying to get that money and trying to get that dollar, I don't have a problem, taking the pictures. But
Uh huh.
some of these chicks,
But
they just, they don't understand. Like we trying to make money. Now they're like, oh, you just trying to be a pervert. Ain't nobody trying to be a pervert. You trying to get this money in that. But then
yeah,
again, you
look,
don't
this
have
is
to.
money.
A lot of them, they do their porn with their cell phones down. That's all.
And the money's out there.
There's money out there. You just gotta do porn. I don't feel like being on OnlyFans right now.
Yeah,
There's a lot of money out there.
they still got only. They still do
OnlyFans is
OnlyFans.
probably. I think so. I don't know. When a chick sit there and say, "Yo, hit my link in my bio," I just keep scrolling. That means she charged me for something and I ain't got it. So, when she sit there and say,
That
"Oh, hit
link in
my
my
link in
bio
my bio,"
sounds
I'm like, "Nah,
crazy.
I got it." You know, that's one thing I can sit there and say, boy. One thing about this pandemic, a lot of these chicks became a players club. They use what they got to get what they want. I was like, oh, y'all
That's
just got your
right.
titties out everywhere.
Titties everywhere.
And I don't even know who I should really like try to, I don't know who I should like worry about more. The women that was making the sites or the men that was actually paying for this. I'm like,
Yeah, because I don't. I can't
there's
see myself paying
I'm
nobody
like,
just
there's
to
a
show me
lot
the.
of women out there. Yeah, I can't see myself paying to see somebody naked. You know, when there's a whole bunch of women out there for free who's like, hey, this is my body, see it for
Exactly.
free. And don't
Exactly.
get me wrong, I have the little, private dancer fantasy, but that's still some chick I know in real life who's willing to strip me. Not, I'll make it rain a little bit, but I don't
I'll
say
make
I'm
it
a side.
drizzle.
Yeah, just a little,
I'm gonna
you
make it
know.
drizzle.
Then I'm gonna pick it back up, like, we saving this girl. Stop playing. But yeah, but just to pay for the site, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. And
I'm
then
gonna make it drizzle.
then I don't want to get bamboozled either, because you might have a chick who do OnlyFans, and then she ain't even naked. Like, why would I pay for this? Like, I'm paying for you to read poetry? Nah, I'm good.
The stars come out at night.
Like, this is what I'm paying this monthly fee for you to sit there to give me some white ass poetry? Get your titties
That's snapping.
out. At least have your titties
Oh,
out when
I didn't get to say my last thing. I'm putting in the capsule.
okay.
My last thing I'm putting.
Oh,
I
that's
want to
deep
write a
today.
letter. I want to write a letter to that generation saying how fucked up the world is and how we need to change, especially if a black person opens it up and reads it. How, I mean, of course, everything is in the history books, but the shit
Everything,
that's in the
yeah, but
history
that's,
books is not always what's in the history books, or not on history. So
yeah,
I want to leave a letter to them explaining that this shit is still going on. Changed.
well, that's what Toya said last week. She want to leave like real like footage of what happened like on January 6th when they stormed the Capitol.
Yep.
So so they don't have to read about it in the book, which is, it's going to sugarcoat it and make it, because history is told by the victors. So if
Yes,
Republicans is making the school books, they're going to sit there and tell it from their perspective. No,
exactly.
see it for yourself. She's like, you're the new generation to sit there, see it for themselves. I'm like, listen, this man told them to stand back and stand down, or whatever the case may be. Like how he incited the riot. You know?
Same thing with the George Floyd shit. You know,
Yeah, like
the
it's
real
just.
deal.
I mean, maybe I will put. Well, Barack will be in the history books as the first black president, so you don't really got to put him in there because he's going to be well known in 100 years. Hopefully, he won't be the last one within 100 years from now, but he already be in there. That's why I ain't want to put nothing with Barack Obama because he's already going to be in the history books. That you can't. That's something you just can't erase. Too many people's not going to let that go
Yeah,
away.
but then again, what's going to be in the books is depending on the truth. I mean, Barack was clean. Like they couldn't find nothing on him because he ain't really have nothing on him.
He ain't had nothing,
He
and
was
that
one.
fucked him up. That messed up the whole every Republican in the world. Like, wait, he's really just clean? Yeah, he's fucking clean. He
That
married.
nigga, the only thing he did was fucking smoke cigarettes.
That's the most dirt you got on. Like, and that's not even
That's
dirt.
it.
That's not even dirt. If you want to get on Barack about smoking weed, I mean smoking a cigarette, let's talk about Bill Clinton smoking weed. Like,
Let's talk about Bill Clinton getting head in the fucking
in
in the
the Oval
office.
Office, in the Oval Office. Like, wow, son. Like, and they let him go because he's a Sigma and he plays jazz. So the brothers want to identify
Yeah,
him. No, no, he was still getting head in the Oval Office. That wasn't right.
I
He was still
mean,
a married
but
man.
but but when you want to look at it though, that is some black shit to do though. Get your head in the office.
Yeah, by your woman, not by the son, not by your secretary.
Hey,
I'm
hey, I ain't gonna tell you the things that I ain't gonna tell you some shit that happened at Starbucks, son. I ain't
No,
gonna
you
tell you.
forgot I worked. You worked at Star. You forget I worked at Starbucks. I know the dumb shit that went down at Starbucks. I participated in
Yeah,
some
man,
shit.
man,
Man, listen.
shit,
All that, yeah,
shit.
yeah, shit. Starbucks was a fun time. I can't believe that was like 20 years ago for me.
Yeah, me too, nigga. I'm old.
I went into a Starbucks the other day, and I was like, oh,
Ariel works at Starbucks.
oh shit, oh damn,
Yeah,
that's she
yeah.
legacy.
That's what I'm saying. That's legacy right there, nigga.
That's legacy right there. So your daddy worked there, right? Yo, that was like the what's the word? The whole crew worked at Starbucks, and that was like a
Yeah,
rite
it
of
was like
passage, man.
me, you, Black T. Will worked there for like 2 weeks.
Jay,
Jay worked there for a little bit.
before he got
That was it.
fired.
Only Candace ain't worked there. Candace and
That's
Powder,
it.
they ain't worked there.
Nah, they was the smart ones. And we all went down on some bullshit too. That's crazy.
That is some bullshit.
We all went down on
But
some
I ain't gonna
bullshit.
front. Starbucks was a great job. That shit was.
It was fun. Wait, no, correction. I didn't go down on some bullshit. I left because I still worked for the city. I left on good terms.
No, I got down on some. They got me on some bullshit. Some
They
shit I
got
wasn't even involved in.
they got T on some bullshit. They got you on some bullshit. They call
It
black.
was
They
Indian.
call black on a technicality. They call black on a
My manager
technicality.
was Indian. That nigga was stealing. I had two managers at the time. My first manager, his name was Ray. He was gay. That nigga was fucking stealing money. No, his name was Bruce. I'm sorry. His name was Bruce on 23rd and Park. He was gay. He would always get to the store at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, you're not supposed to be there until 5. But he would get
What?
there at 3 o'clock in the morning, finagle the money, so that when it was time for me to do the deposit, because I was a shift at that time, I'm depositing the regular money. But this nigga already doing his thing in a computer. He was smart. He was in a computer finagling the shit, fixing the shit. So
Wow.
then they finally found out he got fired. Then they hired somebody named this Indian dude named Chris Sean or some shit. So he was a young kid, about the same age as me at the time. young kid, but he was rich because his pops, he was Indian. His pops and shit was a doctor. His mom's like a pharmacist, so he didn't have to work. So he just worked, I guess, because they probably was like, "We're not gonna pay your bills no more because you ain't going to school." So that nigga worked stealing money. I'm like, this some bullshit. So they fired
Well,
me for him stealing
that's
money.
that's how Sony Wonder went down. Their store manager that was up the block from us at Sony Wonder, he cleaned out the safe and never came back. Cause
Wow, how much was in the
I remember
safe?
that morning because the assistant manager that worked up there called our store in a frantic. She called so frantic, and it was a Saturday morning. So she was like, "I don't know what to do. All the money's gone." I was like, "Wow,
How
wow."
much was in the safe?
I don't even know, but he took the whole safe. He took everything. We was like, "Oh shit!" She came down to the store like in tears, like, "Yo," because she was really like, what happened? Like, and what store was that when the dude used to, and this is how dirty Starbucks is. I'm not, hopefully the staff now is on the up and up. But
Yep.
remember when dudes used to
Yep.
sit there and play in their own store to get robbed?
Yes.
I
Yes,
remember,
I
I
do
forgot
remember
what
that
store they
shit.
were. They had everybody go into the walk-in refrigerator, and and
I do
all
remember
these
that.
other dude, yeah, and all these other dude got caught is because he quit the next day.
I do
The
remember
store,
that shit.
we was like, yo, how you sit there and just get your own store robbed? And all of a sudden it's like, nah, you came here with a new gold chain and new watch. Some of y'all quit.
Gold all in my chain. Gold all over my ring.
We was like,
Don't
nah,
believe me,
man,
just watch.
nah, son, that's not cool. Who's calling? It's your phone.
All right, let me put the headphones back on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Cause the
The
car
birthmark
is
got there
on. I
making,
want the headphones to be back on my shit.
yeah, the birthmark got there making late night drops. Look at him.
Give me 1 second.
No, take your time, take your time. Yeah, so now we talked about the time capsule. Let's talk about interracial dating. The reason why I particularly picked this topic up because um
Yes,
I mean
sir. Okay, I'm back.
you back? Yeah, I was telling why I
Yeah.
picked the why I picked the actual topic of interracial dating
Yes.
because last Friday, April Fool's Day, April 1st, the Post put an article on wrote an article about why more black women should consider marrying white men because our new Supreme Court justice, a black woman.
Last Friday.
Oh, you missed the rest of it. Uh,
Okay.
I was like, yeah. So last Friday, the Post put out an article on why more black women should consider marrying white men. And and the picture that they used was the new
I'm
Supreme
sorry.
Court
Just hold
justice.
on 1 second.
We're holding. I wish I had some elevator music. Do 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 do. Wait, no, that's not good elevator music. I'm gonna find elevator music. Wait, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Hold up, man. Hold that thought. Hold that down. Hold that thought. Oh, I forgot.
Fuck.
Okay. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
All right, that's better.
Okay, yeah. Now I forgot we had all these media clips in here. So, you good?
Yeah, I'm good now. I just had to turn the
Uh,
car off because the car Bluetooth came on. I don't like how the car Bluetooth sound. Come
Yo,
over
you
here, sit
gonna
down.
strap your dog in? Like I'm like, so you just got the dog running all over the place. You ain't gonna strap him in?
No, hell no, that nigga better sit down. He'll be all right.
Did you walk him yet?
Yeah, I was. That's what I was doing when I was talking to you about when we was talking
All
about
right,
Barack. I
all
was
right,
walking him.
cool. All right, I don't want him to make
Yeah.
no mess on this ride down there.
Nah,
But
he
yeah,
won't do
like
that.
yeah, so like I was saying, like April 1st, the Post put out an article saying why more black women should consider marrying white women, and the picture they used was the picture of our new Supreme Court justice with her white husband.
Okay.
And as I shared that picture with you, you let me
Yep.
know, same thing with our vice president. She has a white husband as well.
Yep.
So I'm like, is this really the wave? Like, are you, like, is this the new wave? Like, you know, like most of the women I spoke to, they was like, no, they definitely want to marry a man in their own race. But it's like the world is trying to show this picture. Like when a black woman get a man that's not black, her life is like so much more better.
Yes.
Like remember when they put down? All right, hold on, Toya calling in. Good evening. Hello,
Well, I
Toya.
just want to be on for this bullshit. Continue.
What happened?
Hi, Toya.
Hi, baby. I just want to be on for this bullshit. Continue. I don't want to be calling in. I don't want to be typing. You know, just want to be up for this one.
Oh, please join us. Yes, let us know how you feel about this topic. Oh, okay. So yeah, so like I was saying, like if you look back at Tina Turner when she finally left Ike and she got that rich man that lived in a castle, he wasn't black.
Look at
And
Eve. Eve. She has a
and
rich man that,
yeah,
and she
so
just had a baby by the dude.
yes, she did. And Serena Williams, she
Got
got
all
a
the money, but
non-black
can't
man.
have his money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like I mean they portray the black woman being more successful with the white man. Not trying to say that that's the case with all the black women. No, we know that's not true. But they don't. That's what they portray, and it's like, well, damn. Like the last time we seen a black woman successful with a black man, was when was what?
Excuse me. The last time we saw a successful black
Amen.
couple happens every day. Okay. And Oprah are still together. She just have marriage issues. Barack and Michelle are still together. They just have a perfect marriage from the outside looking in, whatever the case is. But
Yeah.
as a black woman,
Sit down.
it really kills me. No matter what I do, I will
Sit
always
down.
be wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Unless
You
I
said you will
fit
always be
like,
wrong.
yes, unless I fit this now new norm that they want to shove down my throat. Okay. And during this woman's confirmation hearing, okay, and I can text both of y'all and show you the video. A senator basically asked her, I didn't watch it, I was at work. A senator asked her, why don't she, what does she feel about Virginia versus Love, which is based out just interracial marriage,
I saw
which I
that movie.
found disrespectful because you see the woman's husband and her beautiful daughter sitting beside her. So what are you saying? You understand? You're implying right there that her marriage was not right. It should never have been. It should still be illegal. Why? Huh? Michelle went to Harvard, which, by the way, they tell you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, stop being on welfare, stop this, stop that, don't have baby daddies, don't do this, and all these things. This woman did everything according to their quote unquote manuscript, and she was still a fucking ugly ape. Barack's baby mama. Do you understand what I'm saying? So unless I decide to go out of my race and date a white guy or somebody lighter, I will never be anything. That's what they're saying. Okay. And it pissed me off that, like, this is now the new thing. Like, well, maybe if you get a white man, what, black man ain't good enough? Because that's what the post just said. First of all, the post is very Trumpy. Okay, they're a racist sack of shit newspaper. Okay, so that is one of those Tucker Carlson type of. So, what do you think about this question? You know what I mean? It's not really a question for you to answer. Okay, back in the days when black women were marrying white men, oh, there's a problem. Now it's okay, I guess, right? No, no. I just feel like the whole thing was so dis. They want you to believe that love is love or whatever the case is. But deep down inside, love is whatever they tell you it is that day. Huh? Because
I
I'm
totally
sure
agree
it
with
will
that.
stick to your ground. Huh? We should all marry within. Okay? Keep the bloodline pure, right? All this inbreeding and whatever. This is why they stormed the Capitol. This is why that they're picking up more arms because they believe in 100 years. They believe in 10 years, 5 years, they're going to become the minority. So now it's okay. What they're basically
That's
saying is,
why
well, bitches.
with the statement that you just said, I agree, and that's why when the whole so actually, I'm glad we just see this is crazy because the universe works really really crazy. So my homework tonight, public speaking class, we're talking about the First Amendment right now, and we're talking about the First Amendment. We're talking about entitlement and something else, but my homework was what freedom of speech. Since the First Amendment talks about freedom of speech, freedom of to get freedom to assembly, freedom to just to gather together as long as it's not in malicious intent. So my one of my homeworks was what is protected speech and what is not protected speech. So when I answered the question, part of my answer was, you see how, like you said, the minority, white people are the non-black people. I can't say that. White people are the minority now. So with that being said, you see how when the hate crimes, when North Korea was going through whatever they were going through, and Americans started doing hate crimes on Asian Americans. You see how as soon as that shit happened to a few Asians, not more than a couple of days, a week later, Joe Biden passed the anti-hate law, the hate crime on Asian Americans. Because
So
if he
one
didn't do
second.
that,
Whoa. It wasn't Joe. It wasn't
I mean,
Joe.
it wasn't Joe.
Bill,
Of course, we know it wasn't Joe. He had to sign
no,
it, of course,
right.
but it wasn't
But
Joe.
Bill Barr from the Attorney General before started that in motion.
Yes.
Bill Barr met up with a whole bunch of Asian people and started that in motion. And as a black person that has a black son, that disgusting to me. You
No,
understand
I
what I'm
get it
saying?
because I agree
Very, very
because
disgusting.
did that, like you said, because they know that they're the minority, so they need as much allies as possible, so that when because it's gonna happen. It may not happen in our lifetime, but it's gonna happen where black people will fucking rise, and we're gonna try to take over this country. So white people are trying to get as many allies as possible,
And
so that when
that's
this
why
does
they're
happen,
trying to tell us now that marrying within is bad. See,
of
the
course.
Democrats and black people, in my opinion, sorry if I keep cutting you off, but the
No, you good. No
Democrats
worries.
and black people, in my opinion, are very fucking short sighted. We are too short sighted. We only see that today is the 6th and tomorrow will be the 7th. White people and Republicans see that, okay, I may just, but let me just continue to plant these seeds, okay?
But you know
And
what?
by one day, it will
Nowadays,
flip.
nowadays it's not even just the Republicans either, because a lot of Democrats, well, white Democrats, are thinking that way as well. Because
But
now I
are
don't
they
really see it
Democrats then?
nowadays. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, I don't really see it as Democrats and Republicans anymore, because the way the system is working, the shit is it's all changing. I don't. I mean, that's just Democrats and Republicans are just something just to call them right now because that's just what it is. But I don't even see it as that anymore. But yeah, so it's just crazy. Like for me, so I've dated different races, just not because not anything, no reason in particular, but just because. I mean, I can't even say other races.
Tell the
I haven't
truth.
dated.
He had a
No, I,
fat ass and you wanted to hit it. Tell the truth.
nah, I did, but I haven't. Like I haven't. I've never dated a white girl. Not saying that I would have never at the time. I wouldn't now because I'm more pro cultured. Like, but in my younger years, there was a taboo that I wanted to try, but I never got to try it, which is cool because I didn't have to try it. But I'm more of anyone that is of African descent, whether it is from the continent of Africa, whether it's from the Caribbean. If you're of African descent, if our ancestors somehow are intertwined, that's who I'm dating, and that's who I'm with.
So, like, I don't know. Maybe because I feel like she's a fucking white motherfucker.
Cool.
I would love for you to meet my girl.
No, I mean I know some white people that are really really cool. I'm not
And
saying that they're
yeah,
not.
like you wouldn't. I don't know. I don't look at it as competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm somebody who is blacker than me. If you want me to
yes.
talk to you, please, Lord, talk to me. Okay?
So
But I don't go out and hey, I'm going to date blah blah blah. But if you're interacting with somebody and you guys are at work and you have the same mindset, it's easy
yes.
for me, you know, to see for a white guy while at work. You know, you guys
I mean
are
I get it, but just because I'm thinking of I know times are different than as opposed to the 50s and 60s, but times are still that way. So it's hard to try to explain if you have a child with a white person and you know it's I mean it's not hard to explain it, but that child is gonna go through a lot of shit. Like that child will go through more racism than you would because you're not white. But that child would, especially if you're living in the suburbs and the area is predominantly white or other
the other way.
ethnicity. That child is going to go through a lot of. So I don't want to put my children through that.
Also, like, I feel like if can't miss one right. I don't feel like the first thing in my mind, which maybe I'm just naive, would be, oh my God, I am now dating a white man. I'm not really thinking outside of the person, and I don't want to sound stupid and say, oh my God, I don't see color. No, I see color. But
No, I agree with you.
I feel like I have so much issues that if I could find someone that can deal with my annoying
Your
fucking
bullshit.
ass, I don't have bullshit. I'm just annoying. If I could find that,
Yeah,
shut up,
annoying
Jonathan.
bullshit.
Both of
Annoying
y'all shut up.
bullshit.
Both of y'all shut up. If I could find that person, I wouldn't even see color. I wouldn't see that he is 4'9" or that he is off another persuasion.
No, me neither. But reality would set in, and
Yeah,
my
but at
thing is,
what point? Before or after the egg meets the sperm?
no, it would be after, and then I would have to
No?
sit there and say, okay, depending, if we happen to move into an area where it is predominantly that other race, you know, that person may not get shunned upon as much as I would. I mean, I'm not a dark skinned black person, but I'm
No,
very
you're not.
cultured.
Right, but
I'm
you also
yeah,
look I feel because of your skin color,
yeah,
you look like you're mixed yourself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Your child
But then
might
that's
come
even
out.
worse. That's even worse because they'll call me a fucking mutt and all that other shit.
I don't know. I just feel going back to the whole, in order for you to be successful, all right? Because that's what they're saying. They're saying the only reason she got that far was decided to marry a white
A white
man.
man. I mean, they said that about Kamala too.
Right.
I mean,
Not
even
the
though she,
worked
yeah,
her fucking ass off. Because in the beginning of this whole thing,
sit
when she
down.
was trying to be VP or
Uh-huh.
running as whatever, she was a what? A nigger hater of this, of this. Now she got there. Yep, it's because she was married to a white man. One, two. Mr. B's looked like he wants to give you something. Two, a lot of people have hinted since 2008, the only reason Barack was able to get into the White House is motherfucker ain't black. I understand the drop rule. You understand what I'm saying? But his mama, his grandma, his grandpa, they all white. So
Yeah, but you know how they
would
say it. Once you,
America,
whatever your daddy is what you are.
yeah, try that shit. Because that means that Mrs. Jackson, her daughter is white then. No, no. Once you got a little black in you, you're nigger. End of
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I just think that would they have given him this if, okay, forget Hawaii, that he was born in Hawaii, but would they have given him this if his mama was a Keisha, was fucking a Latoya? You know
Of
what I'm
course
saying?
not.
If he
Look what's
was
happening.
completely black, really, you gonna go freeze on this?
She's
Oh,
married to a prince, and they shunned out prince. What's his name? Prince Harry.
Yeah.
They
mm-hmm.
fucking shunned out Harry because he married a fucking black woman. How is it that they kick you out of your own country, then you go to Canada, and since Canada is a part of fucking Britain or a part of England, they kick you out of Canada? Like, that's some shit. Like, you a prince, but then that shows his love for his woman.
Well,
She must have got that
I
good
didn't
black.
keep
She
up.
got that good black nana. Because he
I
said,
didn't
"Fuck it."
keep up with that enough to talk on it.
Nah, I can talk on it.
So
Because what happened was, and real quickly, they weren't making her feel welcome. She's half black. Her mama's black. They weren't making her feel welcome. She was coming in and she wasn't doing it. She learned their ways. That's probably why they were really upset at her. Because she learned whatever ways it was that she had to learn, she caught that shit quick. She learned her etiquette. She learned how to speak properly. I mean, she always knew how to speak properly. She was an actress. But she learned their ways very quickly. Within months. Very quickly. And what's his Harry's brother's name? Whatever, her wife, she was upset. Kate. She was upset. Because she's like, how did this bitch just get here? And she getting all the talks. Everybody want to talk to her. There ain't nobody want to talk to me. Because you a basic bitch.
Yeah, you just the
You ain't
regular.
nobody.
That's
You
true.
just a regular somebody who came up. You was what a part of you had married the prince and you came up. She did something. She worked her way to that shit. She put that shit on Harry. She gave her the L now.
Ew, nah.
That Foxy Brown shit. And his nose wide open. His nose
But yo,
wide
you
open.
said something
I'm marrying
earlier.
her and he married her.
But you said something earlier that I wanted to ask about. You said like you're more cultured now. Now,
No, I'm not gonna say I'm more cultured now because I was always cultured. But as I've gotten older, I'm more appreciative of my culture, of my struggle that my ancestors have gone through. So it's not that, like I said, it's not that I'm disrespectful to the other race, but I feel that there's a lot. What's the ratio to women? Like 7-1.
I
I
think
feel
I
that
don't know.
out of those 7 women, I can find 7 women of African descent before I can get that one white woman. Whatever. That's just me.
But yeah, that
I
wasn't.
mean, and I have cousins. I have cousins that are white. You
Yeah,
know,
that
I
was
have nothing
what I was
against them.
gonna ask you though.
Yeah.
What I was gonna
What
ask
we
you
gonna
is,
have?
like prime example, Donald Glover. He made that song "This Is America," and it kind of showed how our culture has been treated in America.
Yes.
And I'm like, that was for the culture. But then he has
Yes.
a white baby mama.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yes.
can somebody of our culture be for the culture and be acknowledgeable to the culture and still go home with somebody who's of not of the culture, who don't understand the struggle that we go through?
See, that's a touchy subject as well because you never know. Like, depending on that person, even though that they're white, they may have struggled. You know, they may not be one of those elite or come from one of those families that actually had something and they struggled. I mean, of course, they
But
have one up over us
yeah,
because of their skin complexion. Of course,
they
they have
might not
over us.
know our struggle.
They will never know our struggle.
That's what I'm saying. So can you be for the? And I'm trying to say they're not sympathetic to what we went through. They're not empathetic to what we went through. They can even understand what happened was totally wrong and be like, you know what happened to our culture was very wrong, and they love
That's why.
it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But can you still say, hey, I'm in love with somebody who's not of my race, but like somebody like let's say we find out Dr. Umar Johnson had a white wife at home. Will he still be?
yo, yo, the
You laugh.
fucking world will stop.
Somebody like Dr. Umar's all for the people, all for the culture, all for the advancement of the culture. Hey, but I got a white girlfriend at home. Like can that go hand
But
in
he said
hand?
that shit in that video.
No, the
So can
reason
I?
why I ask is because, all right, I'm friends with this chick on Instagram, right? Actually, I'm friends with a couple white chicks on Instagram. And the first thing out their mouth is, "Yo, I only date black dudes." And I'm saying, like, what's wrong with the white dudes? Especially when I see one of your kids is all white, but you had a baby by one. Why
Because
is it
they
now
want
you
our
coming over
culture.
to?
They
And
want
I'm like,
they want they appreciate that, and that's a lot of things about just white people in general. Like I said, I'm not knocking and no white person out there that's listening. Any of my friends that are white, we're just having a conversation. So please
yeah,
don't come
yeah.
at
This
me
is
as if
not a
I'm
racial
trying to
attack. This is not a racial attack. We
attack.
just asking a question.
But a lot of white people they love our culture. They love they love the richness of us. The only thing that they don't love about us is that we don't stick together. So everything else, our music, our clothes, our like I said, our culture, our athletic ability, our everything that we have done, they love it and they want to be a part of that until it has to do something. Until you know it comes to where we're in the street, me, a white dude, a Chinese dude, and the fucking cops come straight to me before they come to them. Like they don't want that.
I'm mad you said you a white dude and change. You sound like one of them old school jokes.
I know, right? One of them some old school jokes. They don't want that, you know.
I mean,
But it's
yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish up, bro.
But Charlotte, like Charlamagne the God said, is no one can ever tell a black person that he's racist, and a lot of white
Yes,
people
you
try to do that.
can.
You can say they're biased a little bit, or maybe a little bit of bigot, but you can't really say black. Depending until they know what we've gone through. I can't say me because I haven't gone through it personally, but until they know the struggle of what a black person has gone through, you can't really say that a black person is racist. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think so. But tell me your opinion about that.
Wait, before you get into that, Tori, I just want to say something. As you said, people they love our culture. They just don't love being a part. Like like as Paul Mooney said, and excuse my French. Well, this is gonna be English, so excuse my language. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. That's what Paul Mooney said, man.
No, everybody want to be everybody want to be black, but nobody want to be a nigga. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah,
That's how
what
you
I'm
should
saying?
have said it.
So it's like everybody want to be us until it's time to be us.
Yeah,
go,
I
so
mean, and don't get us wrong. All of, when the whole George Floyd thing came out and the whole Black Lives Matter movement, there was a lot of white people out there, supporting the Black Lives Matter movement.
yeah, they was
But
more
then that's when it
than
comes.
us.
Then they was like, "Oh, all lives matter," but we're not talking about all lives. 'Cause all lives, we already know all lives matter. But y'all not dying. We're dying. There's more black on black crime. You don't really see white on white crime, and when you do see it, then
Because
they
it's
make an
not
exception for it.
publicized. It's not
Okay, so
publicized.
hello, time.
I'm sorry, sorry. Yeah, she had something you want to say.
No, no, no. People kill people that they're around.
Yes, I agree.
This is why school shootings
Sit
are
down.
horrible and people just
Down.
leaving one area to go to another area to shoot up is horrible, but people kill who they're around. What bothers me is the black on black crime scenario. Nah, nigga, I killed a nigga because he stole my $5 or he stepped on my shoe because he in my house. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying? If I'm a white person and this motherfucker gonna steal my $5 and be in my house, I'm gonna kill him too. What kills me is that white people's crime is being
Overlooked.
isolated.
No, it's
No,
isolated.
Underlooked.
No, it's
it's
isolated.
Underlooked.
isolated.
It's
It
an
is
individual incident.
that individual. Now, that me somebody, which I have no desire because I got plans, I got plans. But let me go. It's that fucking nigga. It's that Jamaican nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So the second, like, I didn't watch When They See Us because I can't. But with what happened to those boys in Central Park, right? They didn't see four boys. They saw what? A gang, a group, a this, a
Exactly.
that. Because
Exactly.
we're all one person, okay? But that one person is 10 years older because we just make bigger and we should know better. You understand where I'm
No.
coming from? So I don't like the white on white, I mean, the black on black crime because there's white on white crime. Okay? Like, for example, I nannied and I've always worked with children. And I'm not sure if I told this, forgive me if I did. This mother, I was in Preschool of America right there on 97th and Lex. And the lady came in because the other preschool, somebody dislocated a child's arm, right? So the mom go, "Oh my God, all daycare workers are the same." So I don't got no damn sense. So I went, wait a second. So that means all mothers are the same? So when you've had enough of your children, are you going to drown them like Andrea Yates did? Oh, no, 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 no. So then how is it okay for you to be an individual, but you're clumping all of us in the same category? That's
Straight
my
up, man.
issue with black on black crime. People kill where they're at. One more thing before I go back on mute because I forgot what I was going to say before. You know,
You was talking.
I,
You was
I
gonna say something about all black people are racist. When I said that, you was gonna have
all,
something to say
all
about
black people can be racist. People can be
that.
racist. We're people. But do you remember Hurricane Katrina?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Hurricane Katrina, they were filming the fact that where was that? Oh fuck. Louisiana? Was it Louisiana that got flooded?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so they
Yeah.
were filming the fact that this part of the United States got flooded. On the same TV broadcast, there was a white person going to go and get some food out of the abandoned store, and the news person said, "Look at this person going to get food for their children." Okay, it is
When the
so
black people,
hard out
they're
there.
looting.
When
They're
they were
they're
looting, they were vandalizing, they were
Yep.
this and they were that. Nigga, the store was still empty. The store had the same security the white man just went through.
Or
We
how
So
about when
know.
the
when they
George
see
Floyd,
us,
and you saw how the white people started rioting first, and it made it seem as if the black people were rioting. I mean, well, with looting
Wait, first
first,
of all,
and then
to go
and
back
then
to
made
your
it seem as
point,
if yeah, it's just crazy.
let's talk about that right there. I'm still upset it was considered the George Floyd trial. He was not on trial. He was the victim. He was murdered. The trial was for that cat.
Yes,
Okay.
but they tried to
So
make it
So
different.
that's how you also switch it.
I know,
You
but
understand?
we know the media is not friendly to our people. This is
No, the
gonna,
media, it
it's
depends
not.
on what media it is. Okay. Like the the Obamacare thing is supposed to be the Affordable Care Act.
They
But
call it
because they
Obamacare.
wanted, okay,
Yep,
because they wanted to taint it.
it's for the niggas. Only the niggas want free
Right.
healthcare.
Yes.
Except for everyone in Washington D.C. when Obama did it, Washington D.C. had all the senators, they had to sign up to. He wrote that bitch in the bill. So yes, all the niggers and whatever wanted it, but when John McCain go put his thumb down, he just came off of Obamacare after he had that surgery or whatever the hell happened to him. So I just feel it's all about marketing.
Of
You know what
course,
I'm
same
saying?
thing with
That's
welfare.
why
It's
they
about
do the
marketing.
Obama Gate. That's why it became the Mueller report they were trying to tarnish.
Same
But
thing with
look, I
welfare.
mean,
White people they don't say it, they don't show it because they only show inner cities. But white people still to this day are there are more white people on public assistance and welfare than there are black
Yes.
people.
yeah.
Yes.
But see,
Yeah.
the
I
crazy
was
part is
literally
we
saying
know.
that to somebody.
We know because,
Of
first
course,
of
that's what I'm saying. We know
all, a lot of them don't walk in there. They have representatives. They have
exactly.
they have CBOs that come in there with their case and all the information, and that one person will come in there and represent 4 or 5 families. So
But then
when you
that's
look,
only in these inner city offices like New York
that's
City,
only in the
like
city office, and that's what they target us at. They go for the inner city offices where
exactly.
our culture will go in there family by family, but they don't understand this one person outside the race that walks in there is representing 5 families at once. But we know that because we worked on the inside. Because I know
Well,
Yeah,
when I was in there, I was like, what? Like, you representing 5 families? Okay, that's my whole day.
yeah, yeah.
You
He
know?
said that's my whole day.
Yeah,
well,
that was my whole day.
what killed me was when Dumbo the elephant was president, trying to be president. And he was like, well, only black people are on welfare. The majority of people on welfare are black. And somebody was like, no, 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 no.
No, it's not.
He was like, then who? You
First of
understand what
all,
I'm saying?
what
So,
people really don't realize is that the reason why the new EBT cards are built the way they are is because non-black folk didn't want to. They was embarrassed to use food stamps. So they try to create a system where, okay, you can have more dignity while you use these, this assistance. So they changed the name from food stamps to SNAP program, which is, supplemental nutritional assistance
Assistance
program.
program.
Then they give you a debit card, so you can use it as a debit card. And they change the face of it. It's not the old white card where you got your picture on it. They changed it.
yeah, but it still looked like an EBT card.
It's still like
I
a.
wish I could still get one right now. Please, Lord, I want
No,
to.
don't get me wrong. I wish I can get one too. But my thing is, you'll be more comfortable if you slide it like a debit card than you would if you have to pull paper stamps out of a booklet.
Oh, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck. I could give
Like
two.
I said, it wasn't our culture that they tried to change that for.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It wasn't for us. It was
If
for
they still take the paper, I'll
it
take some
was the
paper.
other culture that was like, oh, I don't, they don't want to feel, they didn't want to feel like their dignity was low for go ripping out paper stamps and going to the store. No, so they switched it and made it electronic. So this way, when you swipe, if you swipe it right, nobody know if you got a debit card or EBT. I mean, unless you're looking in their hand while they swipe it, which I'm not.
Mm,
I can take
But you know
that.
what culture? You know what culture don't care about that shit, and they try to get it as soon as they get here. The
thank
Jewish,
you.
Oh
as
yeah,
soon as
Cause
soon as
food
they
is
get
food.
into America, they don't give a fuck.
it's
They
food.
going down there and they getting it as soon as
And
they get in America.
let me tell
Well,
you a story.
guys. So I'm so sorry as the only immigrant on this call. As soon
Wait,
as you get in America, you cannot what?
Say it
I'm
again.
the only immigrant on this call. You
You
both
said
were
as soon as
born
you get.
here.
I thought you
You said
was
as
like
soon as what?
naturalized.
I am, but I'm still the only immigrant. I immigrated.
No, but what
Yeah,
you
you
saying as soon as
immigrated
you.
from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
No, she was saying that you, as an immigrant, when you come in, you're not eligible for all those benefits.
You're not. No, you're not.
Why?
Let me see.
That's
Are
why
they
they do it.
changing?
I trust me. I used to work. I used to
Yeah.
work for the agency. Yes, you are. As
They
soon
can
as you
get
come to
that.
this
What
country,
it is that what it is the trick
you
is
do
you can
not have
get
to be.
expedited or emergency food stamps. Now, if your paperwork don't add up to get continuous, that's a different
You
thing.
do not have to be a
Okay,
citizen. You
They
can
can
but
come in.
be.
They can come in and
Go
get
ahead.
you
emergency
had
money.
to have your green card for
No,
five
you don't.
years.
If you
No, you
come,
don't.
if you're coming for emergency food stamps, you can get emergency. Now, for continued service, like on a monthly basis, yes, they go by your 40 quarters of work,
You're
the
40
green
quarters.
card,
But
all that.
again,
That's cool. But
you
if
still
you
have
really
to.
come in,
You're
if you
40
come in
quarters.
with nothing, a lot of them actually like because I remember when I worked in Coney Island, they used to come in with like the Russian newspaper telling them exactly how to do it. They only get covered for that month or
Exactly.
maybe
And then you
two.
got to understand.
They, I mean, because if
You're
they straight
40
off the
quarters.
boat, yeah, they're not gonna get the full services. They at least get, yeah, they at least get emergency
You get it
services.
from your husband. You get the
They
40
can at
quarters
least
you have
get.
before. When you're claiming asylum or refugee from your country, and you don't have to be a fucking citizen or
You
resident.
get full benefits. You get full benefits. Yes,
They give it to you.
salary and
That's
revenue.
why they tell
Yeah,
them. Asylum, refugee,
Well, I wish a
conditional,
motherfucker would have told me.
salary.
all of this
Yeah, if you
stuff.
got 40 quarters
But
from
they're
your
not gonna.
from
But,
your,
but it was certain countries. So Jamaica wasn't one of those countries. That's why you weren't gonna get it. The only
Of
countries that were
course
able to get it,
not.
of course, the only countries that were doing it was Haiti,
no,
El
no,
Salvador.
Jamaica. No, they
What
changed it.
happened?
Jamaica can get it. Jamaica can get it
Oh,
now.
Jamaica can get it now. Okay.
Yes, because
Now,
I remember when
you
I
were
worked in Hassa, we had a refugee and he had asylum status. He was from Jamaica.
But with Hassa is a little bit different because Hassa you're gonna be qualified because of what your circumstances are. But for
No,
SNAP,
the reason why he no, the only reason why he got into it is because he had refugee and asylum status. Like he was running from his life.
yeah.
So I mean,
But even
it's
once you,
crazy.
but even when you get to this country with Hassa, don't even, regardless if you have the status or not, because you are HIV/AIDS person,
Whoa,
they're
whoa,
gonna help
whoa!
you out regardless.
You can't tell them what Hassa mean. We don't even tell the people that. You just say social
They know
services.
what they know what that shit
I am
means.
so sorry. We are on here to be educated.
I
Okay.
understand,
They know
bro,
what
because
I didn't understand that acronym and I was about to
I
start
understand,
coming
but what I'm
out.
trying to say is that because they're a sensitive population, a lot of them don't. We don't say what the office is for because we're not allowed to
I
sit
don't
there. And
work. I
say,
don't work for them no more. I'ma say that shit. I don't give a
well, I
fuck.
You
still
said
do. Okay.
I don't work for. Ain't
They
nobody
cancel.
do that but
You didn't
you.
say it. I did. You didn't say it. I said it.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't say that, man. But yeah, you're right.
I can say it. I don't
You
work
don't
for
work
them
for the.
motherfuckers.
But yeah, 'cause, yeah. But I mean, it's real because there's wings around it. Just like how sometimes we had the women that come in from other countries. They came in pregnant. It was a wrap. Like
Yeah,
okay, like
automatically pregnant. That unborn child getting a whole lot.
and she's covered into her to her what's that her what's this the postpartum? No, not postpartum. That's depression, right?
For a trimester.
No, her checkup.
Delivery
They
date?
could yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the 6 week checkup.
Yeah, she's covered until the 6 week checkup, and the child is covered for the first year.
On what?
Medicaid, food stamps.
I am so sorry. Medicaid covers you after a year after you gave birth.
No, no, Medicaid covers the child.
the unborn
Medicaid
child.
covers you. Haha, finally something I know.
He
Yeah.
knows too. That nigga work for. He used to
Nah,
work for Medicaid.
if they did the name. I know they changed it. I know if you had no status, you was covered up to your 6 week checkup, and your child is automatically covered for up to their first birthday.
All right.
So if somebody got through for a whole year, that means somebody wasn't doing their job in the office because you were supposed to flag that case to come back up in 60 days, or
That's right. Tell him, bro. Tell
yeah.
him.
I remember because I got in trouble for that one time. I gave the person a whole year, and he was like, "No, you have to bring them back in and review their documents. If they don't have it, they get cut off." So some people would just be slacking, especially with especially in the last couple of years with COVID, they was just giving everybody everything. But
And I'm mad I fucking quit then, cause that shit I would have been making $100 and something thousand a
yeah,
fucking
because
year.
your food stamps had a limited overtime,
Oh my god, overtime starting at 6 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, fucking
and
Sunday
weekends.
through Sunday.
Yeah. So
That shit made me mad.
that shit ain't make me mad. I didn't feel like working. No fucking way.
Cause I would have worked, cause my dumb ass had to fucking drive to the DMV for the bullshit salary I get, and we only got 2 months off. Fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
but yeah, that's why I was like, oh damn, we
Excuse
can.
me, Mr. Birtmark.
Yes.
Would you like a hug? You sound mighty
Sure.
angry over there.
Well, I was. I'm not angry anymore. I'm actually cool.
He's not mad. He's super mad. Not playing.
I like
But
my job, and they like me.
I like my job. Yo, my job is under fire right now, son.
Why?
I'm in Philly because we homes we house the homeless.
Yeah.
So the mayor and the commissioner, that's their new goal, man. To focus on housing the homeless. So we working in my program. I'm like, dude,
Sit up.
the grind is real.
Yo, yo, my fucking leg is killing me right now. It's like the back of my fucking calf. That shit is. Oh my god, it's like a pain. I need that fucking Tylenol. I should have taken them before I left.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah. What else are you talking about? Interracial? Yeah, like I was saying, like people like Donald Glover, are they still for the culture if they have somebody outside of the culture? That's tough
I
right there.
mean, I don't know. I mean, it's different because I get it and I get what you're saying. Because I'm not gonna be I'm black and black and I'm black y'all and then then I go home to you know I mean even though I'm portraying something but then that's not cool because the people that do know me they're like yo this nigga's a fucking sellout if it is that case.
But the reason why I sit there and say I can't knock the article, but I mean the article because I've heard women of the culture actually had this conversation about dating outside the race
Okay.
because they feel like a lot of us don't have what I guess I can't sit there and say have what they want or offer what they're looking for. And I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole that we can go down in another show. But the world has, figuratively speaking, has kicked a lot of black men in the nuts. You
That's
know,
true. I agree.
it has kicked us in the nuts in various ways. If it's just not being a black man, period, we have to sit here and I know a lot of women. If y'all watch me, sure y'all not gonna understand this or really comprehend this. But putting your baby daddy on child support when he actually tries to be a father is hurting him more than it's helping you. Because now we're limited what we can do for our family and for ourselves because we're now told we have to give up this certain amount of money. I'm not saying we're not gonna take care of our kids. That's a whole other conversation. If you really want to have it, I don't have a problem with that. But that do play a part because although I've heard women sit there and say, "Oh, what's this little?" No, but if you're thinking a dude who's making real money, that hurts. It's hitting him hard. So it's like it's like bugged out. So I mean that plays a part too. So my thing is I can't get on my footing unless I get two or three jobs. And if I get two or three jobs, what time do I spend with my child? Then it's like, oh, you're a deadbeat father because you never spend time with your child. I have to make up for the money that you're getting. You're living off your one check and plus whatever you're getting from me. I don't have that. Like one thing I had a conversation with night I had a conversation with the assistant, housing assistant, and I was like, yo, it's amazing how mothers who receive child support live in a night it can be used for unearned income.
Yeah.
But fathers who live in Nigeria who pay child support, it's not a deduction.
Yep.
So my money is going to aid this woman's household, but I don't get a deduction saying, well, the money she's getting as earned income is coming from your pocket, so maybe you need to get some money off.
That's the same way with taxes. They get the earned income credit, but the father, we get the non-custodial, but it's no real credit. It's just non-custodial.
It's not custodial, but it's not a real
But I
credit.
get what, yeah, I get what you're saying though. But
Yeah,
that's the it's designed that way, bro. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care about it, but it's designed that way for a purpose. It's to build
it's,
not men. It's to put the man down. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to say nothing against women, but a majority out of 100%, I can say maybe 60% goes towards the man paying the child support, the father, and the other 40 is maybe the mom. It might be the higher or low. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. But
I think in today's time, the numbers are definitely like it's definitely switching because there's a lot more men now who's getting custody of their children.
exactly.
So
That's
I
why I
can
said
see
that's
that.
why I said 60-40.
But
Before
I've heard
I was like fucking like 80-20, but now I think it's 60-40.
but I've heard a woman sit there and say she told this dude, she said, well, if you take custody of the baby, I'll take care of child support and then you can raise him off of that. But he's like, but when he was with you needed money from me. But now if the child's gonna
Exactly.
be with me, you don't have to help financially? I don't understand that. Like he's like, how is it that I help you out, but you're not gonna help me out? And this is a question that just don't happen between men and women. This is a question that I heard actually men have. And like I said, I'm in this group for Black fathers, and I heard him. Man said, okay, is there something wrong with me in the fact that is how did he question? He put the question. Basically, he was asking if it's cool if he like not, I can't say cool, but he basically asking he wants to take his child's mother to for child support. And someone was like, yeah, get it. It's for the child, not for you. But then you get one old school dude talking about, nah, I'm a man. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to raise my kid with my own money. It's not about you. Check your ego at the door. You have a child to raise. Her finances can help you raise that child. It's
I
like,
kind of I do kind of agree with that. Maybe it might be the ego thing, because my thing is like I get what you're saying. Like with me, when I raised Ariel for most of the time, Shelly wasn't working. She was working sometimes. She wasn't sometimes. I didn't want no money from her because my responsibility is my child. So you're the mom. I wanted you to be there as a mom, and whatever you wanted to do for her on your end, do it. But don't give me no child support. I don't want it. And I did it more of an ego way to say, look, I can raise my kid. I can fucking go to work. I can fucking go to do what I got to do and make enough money that I can support my household. Why can't do the same thing? That was I mean that was my mentality then. And it's like same thing now. Like if Sapphire gave me Taryn, I wouldn't ask him for child support.
So
I know people
basically,
like, oh, that's fucked up because she getting it from you. But I don't. So what? That's your money. Do what you can do for your child. If you don't do nothing for your child, you don't do nothing for your child. You have to answer to that later on when your child gets older. I don't need it. Now, if I'm struggling and I'm fucked up, give me a couple of dollars, because sometimes, when kids get older, shoes and sneakers, buy your kids some of this, but you don't have to give me no money. My job, I had the kid, just like you had the kid. My job is to support my kid. I don't need your money. Like I'm a hustler to make my own money. What were you saying, Tori?
so what you're basically saying, or what I heard,
Yeah.
you're kind of spiteful
How is that spiteful?
because you're saying you don't want it from her. You're gonna go
That
out
was
and
then.
take care of your. Okay, let me finish, please, and thank you. That
Yeah.
you're gonna go out there and take care of your child, right?
Yeah.
In other
Exactly.
words, what you also said was, why can't you do it?
That's spiteful. I'm just saying, if I can do it, you could be able to do
Right,
it too. You don't.
right.
But listen,
But
listen to what
not
I'm saying.
everybody's built like you.
You're right now, everybody's built like me. You're right, but
You
so
also,
you're not built like me. But I mean, I'm saying you're not built like me, but you can go. So now
I would
I
love
don't
to
need
take your money.
I don't need your money because as an adult, you're supposed to be able to take care of your household. But
Right. But look at,
but you can't take care of your household, so you want my money to take care of your household.
so you and I are
What?
gonna have an imaginary baby right now. Okay?
Oh, can I be the Godfather?
No. So we're gonna have an imaginary, okay?
Uh huh.
And when you had Ariel, you were living at home with mom?
No, my first
College.
when she was her first 5 years. After that, I moved into my own apartment,
Okay. So let's
and
stay
that was
with the
only
5
because I
years.
was going to school. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's stay with the 5 years because it helps my argument that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
When you're there with mom, you had mom support, you had your sister's support, you
No, I
had
didn't.
Big Easy. You didn't.
No, I was the only one living in that household, and my mother was at an age where she said, "Okay, you can have a baby, and your baby can stay here, but I'm not taking care of your baby. That's your baby." My
Okay.
mother's old school, so I didn't have to do that. I didn't get none of that shit. Now my sister helped me when my sister moved into my apartment with me because my sister didn't have a place to live. So that's when my sister helped me. And at
Okay.
that time, Ariel was like 10 years old. So I'm paying my own rent, living in my own apartment. My sister moved into my apartment because she got kicked out of her apartment. So
Right.
you living here, you ain't got to pay no rent, but you going to cook every day because I got to go to work and I got to go to school. And you going to make sure my daughter eats by the time I get home from school. So that's how that
M-
shit works.
My point
Yeah.
that I'm trying to make, wherever you were mentally, financially, spiritually, may
Uh
not be
huh.
the same platform as the female you got pregnant with.
I
That's all I'm
totally
saying.
understand that.
You
I
know?
totally
So if
understand that.
when I'm saying to you with this imaginary child, can I have child support? I don't need you to prove a point that you
Oh,
can do it and not
okay.
require child support from me
So
because
now
you're
let me
just better.
ask you this question. Since you said that, how about I don't want to give you child support. Let me have the child until you get on your feet to take care of your child.
Ooh,
How
good
about that?
question. Good
I
question.
am totally with that.
So
Do you want the
so I'm
13
not
year
telling
old?
you. So I'm not telling you that I'm not going to
No,
take care of my child.
we're
But
not talking about
give
you
me my
specifically.
child. I'm gonna take care of my child. You get your shit together, and then when you get the shit together, you can have your child back.
Or we work something
So
out
don't
50
take
50.
exactly we're sitting out 50-50. But don't come at me taking my money because you don't want to take care of yourself and get your shit together as an adult. That's not fair to me. We kid, but at the end of the day, you're reaping off of the benefits of the kid because you want to sit here and not get your shit together while I'm trying to get my shit together. And that's how a lot of society is. I'm not saying you, Toya, but a lot of people in general, they see it as a come up sometimes. Oh shit, I had a baby. All right, this nigga making good money or this nigga got a good job. I'ma chill for a little bit. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna work, but I'm gonna work the bare minimum so I can still get all these benefits and do all of this shit because I know that he gonna support me because he ain't got no choice because I took this nigga to court and he gotta give me 17%. That's not fair
I
for me.
wish I was that smart
But
back
how
in
is
the
that
day.
being smart though? That's not fair. Like you talk about egos and spiteful. That's spiteful. Because I'm a hardworking man. My personality is to take care of me and mine. You're not mine anymore. My kid is mine, but you're not mine. But you making me take care of you and my kid. And we're not together. That's not fair. The only responsibility I have is my kid. But I'm taking care of you and my kid. That's not fair at all. And a lot of people are getting away with it. And the way society is and the way the court system is, they're allowing them to get away with it. You was
Well,
grown enough to, I mean,
it's a great,
especially when.
it's kind of a gray area too, because I know
Uh
some women who receive child support. Yeah, okay, I want to take care of my kid. You don't spend it. Sometimes you spend it on your bills. But let's just say you live in a place where you got to pay electricity, and your child is playing a video game, or your child is always charging up his tablet. It helps. Let's say you put food in your house for the child support. My kid gotta eat too. So I mean, it's a gray area because I understand where the
No,
frustration of child
I
support.
get
I
that.
understand the frustration.
I
Some women use
I
it as a
get
come
that
up.
part.
Some women you
I
do
get
use
that
it as a
part.
come up.
I get that part. But at the end of the day, if you didn't have this kid, you would be charging your fucking tablet. You would be fucking playing a game if you were into games. You would be eating. You eating more than the kid. So you can't be using it as an excuse. Not you per se, John. But I'm saying some people can't use it as an excuse to get extra money when at the end of the day you'd have been doing that shit. Or if you didn't have a kid and you was the type of person that you was in the streets, in the clubs, getting new sneakers, new clothes and shit, that's where your money would be going anyway. So don't come at me saying, "Oh, I gotta pay electricity," when you was gonna pay electricity anyway.
I'm just saying
So
that's how the courts is gonna look at it. The courts is gonna look at it.
I know that.
Yeah, she gotta put
No,
extra
I know
food
that's how
in
the
the house. She gotta
I
pay
know that's
that.
how the courts look at it.
Yeah. So
But it's not fair. And I also think that it should be age based because, for instance, if you have a child, if I'm just using an example, say you make $100,000 a year, so 17% of that is what $1,700 a month,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So your child is fucking 6 months old. Why am I giving you $1,700 a month for a fucking 6 month old child? That child is only getting fucking Pampers, baby formula, and some clothes and shit. So I'm giving you $1,700 for a 6 month old baby. That's not fair. It should progress as the child gets older. If the child is 6 months and you can average how much it is to have a fucking child for 6 months, then it goes like that. But to give a child 6 months $1,700 a month, that's not fair.
Well, this goes into
Because
something.
then
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
older, when a child gets like you said, like Toya has a 13-year-old son. So, Toya, what size wear?
Uh, he was 11 and a half in September.
So 11 and a half. So 11 and a half sneakers is what? Is estimate. 11 and a half sneakers, what? Maybe
200 and change.
200 and change. And I'm not even saying that he got to get Jordans or nothing, but still 200 and change. So now I would understand why you're giving him or you giving her $1,700 a month for a 13-year-old kid or for a 17. For a 6 month old kid, that shit is trash. That's not fair.
Well, I mean, like,
At
yeah,
least give me
it's
some time. At least give me some time to fucking build up that money. So when that kid do get that 13, I got enough to pay $1,700.
and I understand where you come
That's
from because
totally
you
it should,
know.
it should
No, I mean that's a whole system reform system. Because like I understand because. And outside of just the child support, they actually, they have you pay for extracurricular activities. They actually pay for
exactly.
childcare the childcare is separate. So so you can pay that 1,700, and you still got to come out of your pocket another 600 for childcare. And it's like, but
Yeah.
you get enough from the 1,700. I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. I totally do.
Damn,
You
this
know,
cop just got off. This cop just gave somebody a ticket and then wound up getting somebody else just now. That nigga fast.
that's how I'm like,
Shit.
but see now this leads into the original topic I was going to discuss before Will Smith did what he did. Like, and this is something that we can take up next week. But just should DNA tests be mandatory? So this way, a lot of brothers who's
Did we
paying child
did we talk
support.
about that? We talked about that like in
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
first
we did.
the beginning.
All right, so yeah, we just
Something
got the
similar.
whole idea. Yeah, we went through the
We
whole.
don't have to we don't have to scrap it, but yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, because my thing is,
and
but
so
I
what
mean,
you
it's
have.
just then it's like if it's mandatory. Let's say you are a father and you find out later in life that the baby's not yours. Should the mother have to pay back all that child support you paid up?
Hell yeah. Hell
Stuff like
motherfucking
that.
yeah.
But that's because that's one thing I always say because there's brothers out there who don't find out the baby's theirs until the mother takes some child support.
I want all my money, and you better hope I don't try to stab your ass in the get go.
But no stabbing, no stabbing,
Nope, I
no,
don't care.
no stabbing,
And my
no
sister told me,
stabbing.
dip that shit. You dip the fucking knife in vinegar so they can bleed internally.
Oh, and then make sure you dip it in salt so the wound never heal up properly. So it's, we wrong. We shouldn't even be discussing stuff like this. But
That's
it's,
crazy. I couldn't even imagine that though. That's I know you brought we spoke about, but I wouldn't be able to imagine that. Like you fucking raise a kid 18 years, and then you come to find out that the baby was not yours. Like that's fucking insane. Like if something happened to that person, the courts could not. They, I mean, I know thou shalt not kill, and you should, but that's like mentally, you can't really fucking can't. I don't know. You can't explain that.
because I
It's like you
mean,
would sit there and really go fucking crazy.
yeah, like you know, I mean, on a more positive note, let's just say, okay, you did raise this baby thinking it was yours, and then something happened to the child where they go into the hospital, and then they're like, well, we need DNA samples from the mother and father, and then it comes out that you're not the real father. Like what? But then let's say the baby's like 15, the baby's perfectly healthy, but you and the mother never really seen eye to eye with each other. She put you on child support, y'all don't get along. Never, y'all always got drama between y'all two, whether whatever the case may be, and then you find out one day, oh, the baby's not yours, or somebody put a bug in your head, like that baby's not yours, and you finally go get a DNA test and find out the baby's really not yours, and it's like, yo, for 15 years, I've been
18 years.
I've
18
been
years. It was only
financially,
18.
I've been financially. I don't want to say child support. You've been financially investing through the courts to this child, and find out the child ain't even yours. So should the mother have to pay that back? Like, yeah.
Hell yeah, I want my money back. All of my cash.
But
All
unfortunately,
of
if
my.
unfortunately though, if we sign that birth certificate, they're like, no, you took on the responsibility. You said that baby was yours.
Of course. Of course I said it
Yeah.
because I thought I was the only one smashing at the time. Of course.
That's how they're gonna keep it. They're gonna like, oh well, you signed it, and
It was an
then
incident that happened. I'm gonna tell you this incident. What it's having to do with that? So it was an incident that happened. This it was on the news years ago. So this chick, she's a lesbian.
mm-hmm.
So she wanted to have a kid. So she asked one of her friends. She was I guess whatever. She asked one of her friends. She was like, "Look, I want to have a kid. Could you be the sperm donor or whatever,
Yeah.
the surrogate or whatever? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on." So he was like, "All right, cool." She was like, "But you can't have." She was like, "But you can't have no contact at all with this kid." Yada yada yada. After you have it, blah blah blah. So at first he was a little skeptical about it, but he was like, "All right, cool, no problem, boom." So the chick had a girl, had a wife, right? So the wife made good money. So they both had made the decision that they was gonna have this kid. Boom. So cool. Everything's cool. Now, mind you, his name is not on the birth certificate or nothing. But whatever. So now, her and her wife, they was married for a few years. The wife cheated. Now they got a divorce. So the income that she had when she was first with the woman, she don't have no more because the wife cheated. So they got a divorce. So now her income is very low. So don't you know that she took this nigga to child support,
And he had to
and
pay
he
for
had to pay the fucking and he had to pay the child support,
because he was
and
a
it was
father.
fucked up because he was a father. Mind you, his name was on the birth certificate and nothing, but because he was a father, he had to pay the child support. So he wound up fighting it, and because they signed paperwork and all this shit or whatever. He wound up fighting it, and they wound up giving him his money back. But that's just the funny shit. Like the courts just don't give a fuck. Up, you the father, boom. Like that shit is
Yeah.
crazy.
Like
I
we'll take your money now and then we work it out in the past. We work it out in the future if it can be rectified.
I was
Yeah.
like, that's some bullshit. Some real bullshit. Some froggle bullshit. That's what they call it. Froggle bullshit.
Fraganagle. That really used to say that dumb shit? Fraganagle
Yep.
bullshit.
Froggle bullshit.
Alright, people. Thanks for sticking it out with us for this 2 hours. We'll be back next week. Um, we'll find something to talk about. We was you know what? I was thinking about mixed families. Like if
Okay.
if you have, let's say you deal with a woman who has multiple children, but you're
Yeah.
not with the woman no more. Like and your kid is
Do
like,
you
yo,
still?
Like, yeah, the kid
Yeah.
talking about he hungry. Like, do you just bring food for your kid, or you gotta bring food for everybody, kid? I mean, for all the kids. Like, I mean, that's a real question because some dudes be like, my kid, I'm feeding out. That's not my fault. You have babies like deadbeats. You know, like, you know,
That I think I hear. I think that's stupid. If you don't bring, I understand that's not your kid, but if you don't bring food for the rest of the kids and your kid is the only one up in there eating, that's gonna cause either a fight with the kids because your kid gonna be eating and them other kids gonna be sitting there starving and shit. And don't let them be older. They're gonna take the food from your kids. That's I just think that's stupid. Like fuck it, just
I mean,
feed your
it's
kids. Like
stupid, but at the same time, you trap yourself in taking care of somebody else's kid.
no, I get it. I
Let's say, all
understand. I
right,
think that
let's say, all right, we have a woman. She has two children. She's not getting child support from the first father, but she's getting child support from you. So she's using that child support to take care of both her kids. But your kid is now like saying, "Oh, Dad, I want to get this," and you like, "Well, your mom's getting child support," and then you realize the mother's spending the money on both the children. So I'm like, now your son don't get fully what they need or what they want because she has to split the money between both children. Oh, but she's
uh
choosing. I'm not gonna say she has to because she's choosing.
I am so sorry, fellas. We're gonna start in April. We're gonna write down the topics.
Well, we did. We always go off topic. You know
We
this.
did this one already.
We did. What episode was that?
What I look like, your secretary?
When you said we did this
coming
one
out.
already. I thought you knew.
I'm telling you, we did.
So now I have to go back all
I
through the
fell
old
asleep
episodes.
while you guys were talking, but I know for a fact we
Wait, you fell
had
asleep on
this
this?
talk. Yo, what do you think? Two sexy motherfuckers gonna be talking to me. I can't talk, and I'm gonna stay awake.
I'm
You can
sexy
talk.
now.
You is a
Thank you,
sexy
Toya.
motherfucker.
Thank you,
Uh,
Toya. You
it is
know.
hard when with the phone. I bought myself a new computer. Fuck you, Birthmark.
I ain't say
And
nothing yet. Give me a chance to
yet,
say something.
yet, so I can now go on my computer. But before, when the computer was taking forever, I would do it on the phone, and it's not the same where I could just call. I would have to go out, go back in. So I'm
Okay.
telling you, keep this topic already.
Okay, so I mean, look, that's all. That's cool. Glad we talked about
So
it at the end of the show.
you're welcome. And I love the whole 5 songs that you guys both came up with, 3. And I
Thank you.
love the time capsule. I like that. So maybe have more, what is that, an icebreaker type of conversation?
Yeah, we're gonna have more
If
interactive. Yeah, with creative conversations. I definitely want to do
Oh,
that more.
creative. Okay, cool. So we can use creative. But I love the fact that you text what was upcoming, and it was very thought provoking. So yeah, if we could stick with the thought provoking conversations also, because I mean, Kiki isn't here anymore. She needs to come back and give her thoughts.
No, no, Kiki's out celebrating her birthday. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday! But
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
um, thought provoking questions.
Oh shit.
We could do like a news hour for like 20 minutes.
News.
Well, that's what you did when you did the New York Post.
Oh, that's because that the topic was like, whoa.
Right, right. But I'm just saying, like, newsworthy. It could be page 6, it could be whatever, but just something. Will Smith was last week. That was in the news. Like just that's it. All right, I'll be quiet. Birthmark, I'm happy you got where you got to safely.
And God is good because I usually got searching for parking. I drove down the block and I got to park real fucking quick. And there's never no parking over here.
Yay, parking.
See,
Never
that's
no
all because
parking.
you was on the show.
That
Hello.
too. That too. I mean, also God is good. So
All the time.
for real. So I'm chill.
That's cool, but
But it was awesome, y'all. I appreciate this conversation. It was good.
that's
I
what
mean,
we
it's
here.
always good. It's always good. But this week
This
was
is
even.
this is what we here for. Okay,
So
yo.
y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all next week.
All right,
Good
broski, keep it
night.
tight. All right,
All
sorry.
right, bro. All
Bye.
right, Toya. All right, peace.
Bye.